is Jessica, and I am one of the trainers here at the Vancouver Aquarium, and we thought we would go live with a little update of our pup, Tofino. At the beginning of session, what we're going to want to wait is for her to give attention to our trainer, and then she's going to point her into the water because we start all of our sessions here in the water with our animals. And so Tofino's getting a variety of food. In this session, she's going to be getting her surf clam and kind of a newer prey type, and that is propeller clam. That's the second type of clam that we give our sea otters here at the aquarium. And so what you can see Julie working on now is target training. So a target is a really important tool we use as trainers. We can use it to get them to focus on something, to touch different parts of their body too. We can use this target to train more complex behaviors. So right now Tofino's just learning the basic touching that target to her nose. That was an awesome one. So what we're looking for is her gently touching the target to her nose, and calmly stationing and paying attention to Julie. But obviously with anything that, people or animals learn, there's going to be, they're going to have to learn it in little stages. So she's grabbing the target pole there. We don't want her to be grabbing that target pole. So Julie calmly waited for her to take her hands away, and then she got that bridge. So everything we do here at the aquarium is trained through positive reinforcement. She's also learning to go up on the scale. So now that her meal is over, we can talk a little bit about enrichment. So enrichment is a really important thing for our marine mammals here. And that can be, all the toys you see around the habitat, or it can be stuff like this, which is mussels in the shell. We'll see if Tofino wants to grab it. She's pretty focused on other things. But enrichment is a really important part of our animals' lives here. We want to make sure that they're engaged, that they're using their brains. Out in the ocean, they have to avoid predators and find food, and those things that they don't have to worry about here. But it doesn't mean we don't want them using their brain. So these are mussels in the shell. And this is a common prey type for sea otters out in the ocean. So we like to give it to our animals here. The food that they get every day in their sessions are not in the shell because that would be an insane amount to clean up every single day. But we also want to give them these as special treats. So we often will give things like mussels or clams inside the shell, or even sea urchins, which is really fun to watch. Mussels is pretty much the first kind of shelled prey item that Tofino is getting. Funny story, the first time we gave it to her, she actually didn't want to eat the delicious meat inside at all. She was more obsessed with the shell, but she kind of seems to have started to enjoy it a little bit more. I was really excited for a second there. But yeah, so Luna's still quite small, so we're keeping the meep ups quite short, but just giving that exposure to another otter and that play, and letting them explore being an otter with another otter, because as of right now, most of what they've known is hanging out with people. And we don't have a lot of otter tendencies. So we want to make sure that they are getting those kind of experiences to learn from each other and play with each other. So yeah, so through what you guys have been able to see, we've got two very healthy and happy sea otters. We're so happy to give you guys a little bit of update, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you what to do when you saw a marine mammal in distress. So if you happen to be walking on the beaches, or just out and about in town or by a harbor, and you might see a marine mammal, a sea otter, a seal, a sea lion that you think might be in distress, you never want to approach it. You want to keep dogs and people away, and you want to call us at the Marine Mammal Rescue Center, and then we're able to go out and assess whether that animal actually needs help, and if they do, we have the skills and the capabilities to do that in a safe manner. And so that is kind of what we want to make sure happens with all marine mammals that we come across. And even if you don't see a marine mammal in distress, and you just see a marine mammal out in the ocean, make sure, again, keep your distance, let them do their own thing, and observe from a distance because it's really, really awesome and really special that we live in such a great place where we're surrounded by marine life that we get to enjoy, but we want to make sure we're enjoying them and not disturbing them.